welcome back to the Formission Videocast, where we talk with friends about what it means to be fully formed disciples of Christ. Without further ado, let's get to the show. Hi, welcome to the Formission Podcast. It's been a very long time since we've had a videocast episode. So since it's the Christmas season, we thought we'd start off with something a little fun and festive. We brought with us Pastor Rob Lodge, Connections Pastor at Bethesda Pentecostal Church, and he's going to share today about the For St. John's Christmas Initiative. But before we dive in, since it's Christmas time, I thought we'd start today by asking, what's one of your favorite Christmas memories?
Christmas memory?
Yeah.
Well, I think of something funny, I guess. When I was in my last church in Central Glovertown, we had the Family Resource Center right down in our basement. There was a great connection there. Mm-hmm. But every Christmas, they needed a Santa Claus for their Christmas party. And so they would come upstairs and ask me. I don't know why he wanted me to do it, maybe because of availability. But so they give me the suit, and when I tried it on, it actually fit pretty well. So so then I was typecast, and I was Santa for a few years while I was there, and so it was great. Just to actually, I got my own kids, got their Christmas pictures with Santa, and it's me, and my wife.
No way!
Yeah, in the picture. So we didn't have to go to the mall. Just right in the fellowship hall.
Very cool. So if our viewers wanted to get their Santa pictures taken, where do we email?
Great. We offer discount rates to PONL credential holders and viewers of the podcast. So awesome. You get a discount.
So when you're not moonlighting as Santa Claus in your day job, what actually does a connection pastor do, and how long have you been in ministry?
I've been in. Let me answer the how long I've been in ministry question first.
Sure.
I've been in ministry. I believe this is my 16th year now in ministry. Wow. So I've been in for a while, variety of roles. I get asked what is a connections pastor quite often. People wonder what it's all about. At the fundamental part of it is ensuring a healthy integration strategy from people that are new to Bethesda to people that have been attending Bethesda for a very long time. Cool. And so I oversee all of our volunteers. I oversee small groups. So I'm encouraging people to take that next step, whether that's small groups, serving, and taking the next step in their faith. Mm-hmm. I oversee Connection, which the teams that are under Connection would be like our hospitality teams, our first impressions teams. So ushers and greeters and guest services, and our cafe ministry, mm-hmm. our food event services teams, all those sorts of pieces that come together, those important and integral ministries that help people feel at home. Nice. Right from the get-go. As soon as you come on our parking lot to as soon as you enter the door, all those ministries that just make you feel connected, feel at home right away. So I oversee all those ministries, and we have some great volunteers, the best volunteers around. So where did the idea from the For St. John's Initiative come from? Because I know this isn't something that just materializes out of thin air. All of a sudden, we know exactly what we need to do to reach our community. How did you come up with that as a team, and how did the congregation respond? Yeah, well, Bethesda didn't just decide, or our leadership just didn't decide, hey, why don't we just reach it into our community out of thin air and make it a 2018 sort of deal. Yeah. Bethesda's been reaching out for quite a number of years, of course, specifically through, say, Nights of Generosity, where we might have gathered food for local food banks, where we've done things in the past of like put together food trays and little things for local police departments, fire departments, schools, and deliver them and stuff like that. We've had relationship with so many organizations that are in our city for a number of years, and so we just want it to be a little bit more intentional this year. We have been, some ideas that we've had specifically came from some conferences that we've attended, but we had a plan in the spring, thinking about the fall, that we would want to challenge our church and let them know that they're made for more. So That ended up being a church-wide campaign involving not just small groups, but all areas from kids ministry, Sunday school, youth ministry, young adult, small groups, where we'll be talking about the same sort of ideas,
That
same
sounds
sort
awesome.
of, and challenging people from all ages, all walks of life, to know that they're made for more. We're not just here as like a church in our own selves and just here to exist, but we're here we're here for the community. And so we through that sermon series we did challenge, plus through the small group in a box that we did, we launched a whole small group in a box initiative that went in line with that.
Yes.
So it was a lot of work, but one of the things we wanted to do and accomplish was let our community know that we're for them. We felt that for far too long, maybe culture and the community really knows what the church is against. We've gotten some bad publicity, and some of it's been our own fault. In a sense, not saying Bethesda, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
we own it.
But the church in general, we want to change conversation a bit and start letting our community know that what we're for and that we are for our community. That was the heart of everything. And so all the things that we've done through the past, our nights of generosity, and when we've reached out to the community in the past, we sort of said, how can we be very intentional on bringing our whole church together on board? And so, like I said, from the sermon series, Made for More, to the small group in a box initiative, to all the things that we're teaching through our Sunday school, it all came together to say, hey, you're made for more, let's reach out. And so that evolved into the For St. John's initiative, which we got together as a staff. We chatted about how can we make an impact and push our church outward through an event.
I like it.
So it sort of grew from some ideas of what we could do, partnering with some existing organizations that we already had, like the Single Parents Association of Newfoundland, right out there on Logie Bay Road. McMorran Community Center, we have a great relationship with. We've done several things and helped them out and did some service projects there in the past. And so looking at some existing relationships that we have within our city and strengthening them.
So what kind of things did you do initially for St. John's? And then how did you come up with the kind of projects you wanted to do for Advent as kind of a big Christmas give?
Our For St. John's event, the idea started with when we partnered with some existing relationships that we have with organizations in our city. For instance, SPAN, Single Parents Association of Newfoundland, we've had a great history with them through the years, of supporting them different times through the year. So we contacted them and said, hey, listen, is there a project that you need to be done that we can send some volunteers your way? They asked about the possibility of building a shed.
Whoa.
So we're like, okay, let's check into that. And it ended up that instead of building a shed, we ended up figured out it was more practical to buy them a shed. So a couple guys, we bought a shed, got a guy to deliver it, just went in and planked it down right under our property.
Like Extreme Makeover Home
Edition. Yeah. Boom, here you go. God bless you.
Move that.
Move that bus, yeah. It's basically something similar to that,
cool.
but we just, through the logistics and the pricing and stuff like that, we just looked at it and said, you know what, probably just easier to. So we just ended up doing that. That was one thing, but they desperately need it. Then we contacted McMorran Community Center. Once again, we've been there in the past helping out. We've done some renovations on our building, like painting and stuff like that in the past. Our youth ministry has had partnerships there, done events. Cool. So we contacted them and said, what do you need done? And so through all the jigs and the reels, we come to discover that they needed their office redone. So we went in, took a team of about 30 people, put brand new flooring down.
Wow.
We knocked down some walls in their office space.
Excellent.
Painted their office completely, painted part of their gym, did every door in their building, had painters, people doing that. And took a full day and just renovated their space.
That's some big-hearted people.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible to watch, and I was a part of that event specifically, and it was just great to see the change. McDonald Drive Elementary is a school that's right alongside. We, of course, partnered with them and kids ministry, and we put flyers in their school and stuff like that. So we went to them and said, hey, is there anything that we can do that we can send volunteers your way to help, and just what do you need done that you just can't get done that we can do for you? So through the conversation that we had with them, discovered that their soccer nets were, like, you could actually, when you drive by, Pastor Justin was driving by one day and noticed you could probably walk right through their soccer net. So we went in, scrubbed down, had a team go in, scrubbed down with steel brushes their soccer nets, replaced their netting, bought all their netting for them. They had a kids area there, like an outside play area, repainted all that, fixed some of their crushed stone and some things that need to be done aesthetically. Had a team do some gardening and around our building and plucking up weeds and just totting it up, making it look nice. Some people have got some green thumbs.
Yep.
I wasn't involved in that project.
That wouldn't be me either.
I don't have a green thumb. And so so we just it's cool to now even to drive by and you see like brand new
beautiful
place, and they were just like ecstatic, and the kids were so excited.
That's awesome.
So that's three of the things. I know. We did 2 block parties as well. Right. So we went into Airport Heights on Roncalli Elementary parking lot on a Sunday afternoon. The weather was supposed to do this on Saturday, but the weather didn't cooperate for that type of event. And we went down to the East End at another school there, and the name escapes me. Anyways, we went to another school in the East End, and we did like jumping castles, free barbecue, games, face painting, full 9, cotton candy machines.
Awesome.
And
sounds like my kind of party.
Yeah, I know. I was at the Airport Heights one there. It was a Sunday afternoon, the next day after the Saturday work event. Mm-hmm. And man, it was probably 500-600 for sure.
Wow.
People. Great
place to meet people.
Oh man, it was great. And some people were saying, who are you guys? Because we just had 4 St. John's t-shirts on.
Excellent.
And we said, we're just from a church down the road known as Bethesda, and just want to let you know that someone cares. And people were like, is this a government thing? 4 St. John's? Who are you?
Yeah, that's right.
And heard so much response back from that, even in the last while. People, when you're chatting and see from Bethesda, and you're saying, you're from that church that came up to
connections.
You know? Yeah, so it was pretty incredible.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So for Christmas time in particular, how did you decide as a church what kind of things you wanted to do for your adventure?
Of course, Christmas time, we've done several things throughout the years, working with existing organizations, churches. And so we thought, the 4 St. John's Initiative for us was not just an event. It's something that we feel that we want to continue ongoing, to push the concept that we are 4 St. John's. And so we thought, why don't we do 4 St. John's Christmas? Every year we do things Christmas time, so why don't we put it under that banner? Yeah. So it gives it a focus and continues the same idea, encouraging people to get involved. Mm-hmm. People already are on board with it. They already know about it. It's not a separate thing. So there's some things that we do every year, like we have a team that go down and do Supper Bowl on a Saturday evening, and had a great team. I believe it was last Saturday.
I just got to give a shout out. Supper Bowl is amazing.
It was amazing.
We could do a whole episode on that, no problem. It's awesome.
The team started preparing at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I think Supper Bowl finished at 6:30 p.m. And so just a commitment. Some new leadership this year, and so we just I thanked them last Sunday actually. Mm-hmm. Said thank you. For what you did, went in, and we also blessed the people that are in need with gift cards and stuff like that as well.
Amazing.
So that's just one thing. We did have something new, which is Thrive Choices for Youth. We decided to partner with them this year through providing personal hygiene products. Cool. And so we advertised for a few weeks, and people brought in things to donate. So we, that's one area that we just said, hey, here you go, God bless you. Mm-hmm. Of course, Single Parents Association of Newfoundland, we've had a history with them, as I mentioned before. Last year we did like gift cards and presents for families in need, and so they provide us a list of families, single parent families that are registered with them, and maybe some gifts that they would like to have for the kids, like they ask the families, this kind of thing. So what we'd encourage is either small groups to take a family on, which could be like a $200 value. Right? Yeah. So provide gift cards plus a gift for the parent and one for each of the children, or how many children in the family. So we said, hey, as a small group, we challenge you. Why don't you give to this? Or it could be It could be a bunch of people coming together, some young adults, some students, some non-students could come together and say, hey, I can't afford $200, but I can't afford 10. Won't we come together as like 10 people and we'll sponsor a family?
That's great.
So, yeah, so they didn't last very long at all. We did a little board out and people just took families and brought back what we needed, gift cards and toys and clothing and whatever was on the list. So that was an existing relationship that we just put under the banner for St. John's. Of course, we have also, this year, we blessed our food banks. People are just giving. I mean, there's so many different needs that we just met this year is unreal. I know I'm forgetting something, but
it's a great snapshot.
But yeah, like, so it's oh yeah, I was gonna say Operation Christmas Child. We sort of put that under the same banner, and even though it's not necessarily for St. John's, it's something to challenge people to give, and
Definitely.
so locally and globally making an impact.
Amazing. So this is a bit of a hot topic question, but what do you think is the relationship between social justice, like doing good in your community, and evangelism?
That's an interesting question, of course. For us, the social justice piece, there's always need, right? Of course, whether you're a church or organization or anybody can be involved in social justice. And let me back up. When I think of social justice and evangelism, obviously there is a connection. The thing for us is a lot of times when you're involved in helping meet needs, it do open doors. Now, we don't go and meet needs with a hidden agenda. We are not like, okay, we'll do this for them so that we can bait and switch. We can show them the love of Christ.
I think they can smell that.
Yeah, and be fake about it. We honestly care about people. We value people. So that, and plus, Jesus kind of told us this kind of stuff we need to be at.
For sure.
If you see someone in need and you don't help them, and how can you try to give them the gospel if you're not just helping their basic needs sometimes? And
Definitely.
So I find for me when you give, whether that's finances or you give up your time and you volunteer and serve, it opens doors naturally, and it's not forced. So evangelism occurs. Sometimes when you think of evangelism, you think of maybe, how do I say? You may think of
standing on a soapbox.
Yeah. So, but I think for us, we just want to be real and love people and meet needs. And you know what? If that's all it is, that's all it is. But we've been finding that as we continue to reach out and meet needs in the community, the doors are opening. People are either coming to us or just conversations open up that never would open. And so we're just I don't want to say taking advantage of the opportunity, but we're certainly
enjoying the favor of the community.
Yeah. So like when these opportunities, people are hearing about it. We've been using social media and sort of sharing, hey, this is what our church is about. And for some people, they're like, wow, I had no idea. I thought, it's breaking down the walls of what a church really is and what should be. And so some people thinking, oh, it's a bunch of perfect people just come together on Sunday with their family and this kind of thing. And
very disappointed, really.
They're like, yeah. Especially, but for us, even this week, Pastor Justin was talking to someone and they're like, wow, like through your social media, things that we're seeing that you're doing is like, wow. And so the doors are opening and we're believing that good things are going to come as we do good.
Might be something that people want to be a part of even, right? I mean,
definitely.
And there's your open door.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
So thanks so much again for being with us today, Rob. It's been awesome hearing about how your church is showing the community that you're for them. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience before we finish up today?
If there's anything I want to add is just, if whoever's listening, no matter what community you're from, no matter what church you are connected to, it's simple as for us, you could be for put your community in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple as looking around, identifying what needs are there, looking at maybe some partnerships. There's some people in your communities that are doing some great work. There's a lot of volunteers, a lot of organizations that are, they're reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some great work. So sometimes it's just going around and saying, hey, how can I, whether that's a breakfast program or whether that's some other after school program or whatever that is, it looks like in your community, identify what's out there and encourage, if you're a pastor, encourage your church to say, hey, why don't we partner with some, and lift up the hands really of those that are there. Show our community that we are for them. God says, I'm for you, not against you, this kind of thing. And, it doesn't take a lot of finances. Volunteering can be simple as cleaning up something, helping out something in that way. And so sometimes you may think, well, you're in the city and you have these connections, but there's connections right where you are. And so I would encourage you to just take a look around and see where you can be involved. There's always need. There's usually more need than there is people to meet it.
Definitely, especially this time of year.
So whether it's Christmas or throughout the year, just take a look around. Be strategic. You can't do everything, but you can do some things. And so identify what you can do and do it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Rob. So if you'd like to be like Rob, and I know we'd all like to be a little more like Rob, you can share what your church or your group is doing on Formission on Facebook. We have an event called the Formission Adventure. We'd love if you'd share and inspire others. And throughout the year, I love Rob's ending remarks. Just find the need in your community and meet it and just love people. Thanks so much for being with us today. It's been a blast. We'll see you next time on the next episode of the Formission Videocast.